Just because someone had the same last name as you a few generations ago does not mean you owe them any of your most precious resource, your time. Because when you say yes to something that's not a high value priority, you're saying no to something that is a high value priority. There's just times in life where we need to have a relationship that will ultimately help us break through the capacity ceiling and the stress that we're feeling and hitting our head on it. And so with that, it's important that you have those in advance. Like today is the time that you need to go seek out those relationships. So whether it's a coach, a manager, a mentor, I want to say coach, manager, and mentor, those are three different people. You should have a coach, you should have a manager, and you should have a mentor. And the coach is a pure relationship where there is no like, I need you to hit these numbers because you're a part of our company. Like you need to hit these numbers. The coach is all about your goals. The manager is going to be the accountability where you get to keep doing the things you're doing because they're helping manage you. And then a mentor is the person who's been there and done that. Accountability partners. One thing I believe about accountability is that no one can hold you accountable. You have to choose to be accountable to someone. So you have to choose this person. This person doesn't choose to be your accountability person. So you have to seek out that relationship.
If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button below so that you know every time I upload a new video so you can be encouraged and equipped to build your best life.
Peers. I mean, you guys have awesome peers. So like, which are the ones that you rely on? One of the things that we're seeing in our organization is how this is super important in this virtual world that we've kind of morphed into, where it's allowed us to hire people geographically who are hours apart, which has been good for our business, but it's not so good for being able to do this on a regular basis. And so seeking out relationships with peers where you're able to connect when you can't necessarily walk across the hall and ask them something. So you guys have that. That's a blessing. Like, utilize that to the max. Advocates, business industry leaders, personal relationships. We talked about spouse, kids, extended family. Here's where I'm going to tell you that just because someone had the same last name as you a few generations ago does not mean you owe them any of your most precious resource, your time. Because when you say yes to something that's not a high value priority, you're saying no to something that is a high value priority. And if they haven't earned that right, when it comes to people earning their time, they have to steward the responsibility of earning your time. If you're not getting a return on it and they're not getting a return on it, then they don't get time in your calendar anymore. So if I have to give you permission for that, like, stop giving time to people just because they're family that don't deserve it. Social, mentee, right? This kind of ties into serving, but if someone's mentoring you, you should be mentoring someone else. I don't care where you're at in life. You just started in this business and you haven't even closed your first transaction. You're further along than someone else who wants to go on a journey that looks like this. You have giftings and experience in your life that someone hasn't gotten to yet, and you can help them get there quicker.